project on Dr. Andrew Smith by me, Corbin Cox. And getting started, gonna look at his background. So he first got his AB in zoology from UCal Berkeley in 1968, and then went on to get his PhD in biology from UCLA in 1973. And he's on the chair. He's been on the chair of the IUCN Species Survival Commission Lagomorph Specialist Group since 1991, and he's also a ASU professor teaching conservation of biodiversity, mammalogy, and many different bio honors courses. So he's got a lot of achievements. He's a very distinguished man, and so his achievements include the Zebulon Pierce Distinguished Teaching Award in the natural science category, and he got that in 2016. And he was ASU President's Professor in 2010. So you can read all of his achievements right there. So his research interests include conservation biology, population biology, mammalogy, and he also likes to do a lot of field tests in like the western United States and the mountains, so the Arizona area. But he also likes to do a lot of field tests in China. So that's really cool to me. And so the research article I chose was the Pika in the watershed, the impact of small mammal poisoning on the ecohydrology in the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau. And so it's basically just about how the pikas influence the environment around them on ecohydrology and stuff like that. So this was published in the 44th volume of the AMBIO Journal, which is a journal for environmental sciences. And it was co-authored by Maxwell Wilson. Okay, so the introduction. The question we have was, does poisoning plateau pikas reduce infiltration rates? And the hypothesis is plateau pikas, through their burrowing activity, will increase infiltration rates. And the prediction that he had is that if plateau pikas are poisoned, then the infiltration rates will reduce because plateau pikas have a positive effect on the rates of infiltration. And the methods he used to conduct this experiment were, so he had he measured the rates of infiltration using infiltrometer at 3 different types of areas. So the first type of area was on the Pika burrow, so it was directly on the burrow of the Pika, and then on the colony, which is a meter away from the center of the Pika burrows, and then on the poison sites, which has no Pika burrows whatsoever. And this occurred at 5 different sites along the Qinghai Tibetan Plateau on different rivers, and you can see those in this picture here. And so the results he got, it definitely supported the hypothesis that in the areas of the plateau pikas where they burrow, there is a higher rate of infiltration. And we can see that just right here by looking at the graph. It's a pretty strong correlation. And so what we got from this is that pikas are an essential part of the environment, and they do increase the infiltration rates and increase flow of rivers, and make better quality grasslands, better quality soil. So it does a lot of good for the environment, and the Chinese should really rethink poisoning the pikas because they're doing a lot more good than bad. And yeah, and so that's basically it on Dr. Andrew Smith and his studies that he conducted. Very interesting guy. Would like to meet him one day, and thank you very much for your time.